गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतानः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनं श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Dear friends, we are in this Mundakopanishad, third Mundaka, first part. We are reading the 8th mantra, 3-1-8. We read the mantra and we were also seeing the bhashyam in the last class. The last line we read was Kim punastasya grahane sadhanamithyaha Jnanaprasadena atmavabodhana samarthamapi swabhavena sarvapraninaam jnanam bahya vishayaragadi dosha kalushitam aprasannam ashuddham san na avabodhayati. So this line we read. That is, though by nature the chittam or the intellect is capable of understanding or is capable of knowing Brahman, is capable of realizing Brahman, it is so clouded with all these worldly things. It is so clouded with bahya vishaya ragadi dosha kalushita. It is so polluted. Kalushyam, kalushyam is pollution. Atmosphere is like atmospheric pollution. So this polluted, the mind is so polluted by so many things. By the external things, the desire for external things, all these things are the defects which are polluting, which are clouding the mind. So unless that cloud is removed, we will not be able to realize that oneness of Brahman. So nityam sannihitamapi atmatattvam malavanadhamiva akasham. Adarsham. Like this adarsham, like a mirror which is covered with dust. It is not able to reflect. It is not able to reflect any light. Or some turbulent water in a lake which is always moving and then it is not able to reflect either the sun or the moon's image. So it is like that. The antahkarana, it does not have either nischalatvam or nirmalatvam. So that is the state of mind. So vilulitamiva salilam. Up to this point we read, I think. Yes. Let us read further. Tad yada indriya vishaya sansarga janita ragadi mala kalushya apanayanad
इंद्रिय विषय संसर्ग जनित रागादि मल कालुष्यापनयनात्
आदर्श where is it? आदर्श सलिलादिवा सलिलादिवत् प्रसादितं स्वच्छं शान्तम् अवतिष्ठते तदा ज्ञानस्य प्रसादः स्यात्. So now he is explaining the word Jnana Prasada. We saw the word Jnana Prasada in the mantra. Jnanam does not mean knowledge as such. Jnayate anena iti jnanam karana vyutpatya. That is, jnanam is antahkarana. Here we have to take the meaning as antahkarana. It is antahkarana shuddhi, not jnana shuddhi. Jnanam is always pure. Jnanam is always shuddham. So it is Jnana Prasada means antahkarana shuddhi. So tad means tad antahkaranam. That tad is referring to this antahkaranam. Tad yada indriya vishaya sansarga janita ragadi mala kalushya apanayanam. Apanayanam means to remove. Removing what? Apanayanam of this kalushya. Apanayanam of this pollution. A pollution, how is it caused? Indriya vishaya samsarga janita. Indriya is getting in touch with the vishaya. That is, the sense organ is getting in touch with the sense object. And then that is creating some either raga or dvesha. I like or dislike. So when the sense organ contacts the external objects, there is either a love or a hatred. So like or a dislike to that. And that kalushita, ragadi, mala kalushya. So this is something which is clouding, this is something which is sitting as a burden on the mind. So this burden has to be removed. This kalushya has to be removed. Apanayanad, apanayana means to remove. By that, Adarsha Salilad Iva, Adarsha Saliladivat, Adarsha is a mirror, Salila, Adivat, Salila means water, Adivat, like this mirror or water or something, some such object. Saliladivat, Prasaditam, Swacham, Shantam, Avatishthate, Prasaditam, Prasanna, you know that word Prasanna, that is tranquility of mind, quietude of mind. Prasaditam Sat, Prasaditam, Swacham, Swacham is pure, Shantam, Shanta, you know, Shanta is actually derived from the root Shama. Shama is Antarindriya Nigraha. That Antarindriya Nigraha is, that is control of the mind. That control of the mind, Shantam, Avatishthate. Avatishthate means when it stays in such a manner, Avatishthate, when it stays like that, Tada Jnanasya Prasadaha Syat. So that is what is called Jnanasya Prasadaha. That is the Antahkaranasya Prasadaha, Chittasya Prasadaha, Chitta Prasada, Chitta Shuddhi. All these are synonymous words.
Yes.
Chitta Shuddhi, Chitta Prasada, Antahkarana Prasada, Jnana Prasada, all are synonymous. Then Tena Jnana Prasadena Vishuddha Sattvaha Vishuddhantahkaranaha.
Tena prasadena vishuddha sattva.
Jnana Prasadena. Oh, Jnana, even if it's not there, it doesn't matter. Tena Prasadena Vishuddha Sattvaha Vishuddhantahkaranaha.
Tena prasadena vishuddha sattva vishuddhantahkaranaha.
Yogyaha Brahma Drashtum Yasmat.
Yogyah brahma drashtum yasmat.
Tatas Tasmattu
Tatas tasmattu.
Tam Atmanam Pashyate Pashyati Upalabhate.
Tam atmanam pashyate pashyati upalabhate.
Nishkalam Sarvavayava Bheda Varjitam.
Nishkalam sarva avayava bheda varjitam.
Dhyayamanaha Satyadi Sadhanavan.
Dhyayamanaha satyadi sadhanavan.
Upasamhruta Karanaha.
Upasamhruta karanaha.
Ekagrena Manasa Dhyayamanaha Chintayan.
Ekagrena manasa dhyayamanaha chintayan.
Okay. Tena Jnana Prasadena. By such tranquility of mind, by such quietude of mind, when all that raga, dvesha, etc., all that pollution, all that clouding has been removed, all that thing has been removed, then Vishuddha Sattvaha. Sattva is Antahkarana. Sattva means, Sattva, depending on the context, it refers to a being. Sattva. Sattvam, Mahat Sattvam, let us say. A big being, big say entity or a big body. Mahat Sattvam. Sattvam here is Antahkarana. Vishuddhantahkaranaha. Yogyaha Brahma Drashtum. Yogyaha, he becomes fit, he becomes eligible to see the Brahma, to realize Brahma. That Antahkaranam becomes a Yogyaj. Vishuddhantahkaranaha. We are referring to this person called Vishuddhantahkaranaha, one whose mind has become pure. So such a person, he becomes Yogyaha, he becomes eligible, Brahma Drashtum Yasmat, because it is like that. Tataha means by that, Tasmattu Tam Atmanam Pashyate. Tam Atmanam, that particular Atma he sees, Pashyate. Everywhere, whenever you refer to the Atma, we are saying using the word Pashyate, Drushti. The Pashyati. Pashyati means he sees. So it is something which is always there. We are not able to see. Only the problem is with our own Drushti. Our Drushti is for all other external things. We are not looking inside. So that is the point. So Pashyate, Upalabhate. Pashyati means Upalabhate. He attains. Upalabhate. Pashyati means attains, not necessarily seeing. Seeing means seeing as an external thing. Here it is not seeing as an external thing. He is attaining it. He realizes it, attaining it. Then what? Nishkalam Dhyayamanaha. Nishkalam Dhyayamanaha means by meditating on that Nishkalam, by meditating on that one thing. Nishkalam is opposed to Sakalam. There are two words called Nishkalam and Sakalam. Kala means a part. Kala is a part. Sakalam means with all colors. With all colors means the human being Shodasha Kala. That is all these 5 karmendriyas, 5 jnanendriyas and 5 pranas, the chittam, antahkaranam, all these things, they are all the kalas. Nishkalam means something which is without parts. So we are trained, or rather our intelligence, the human intelligence is so, trained to see only things outside. We are only trained to see things outside. We are trained to see division. We are trained to see division everywhere, isn't it? We are only trained to analyze, dissect. But here Vedanta talks not about analysis. Vedanta talks about synthesis. Vedanta talks about seeing the oneness. Nishkalam, that is, see the one thing. Instead of seeing the world as so much of diversity, the Vedanta asks, what is the root cause for this? You are seeing so many karyams. All these karyams are so diverse. So behind all these karyams, what is the cause? So when you go back and back and back, when you resolve all these, say, variegated things into the 5 elements, Prithvi, Apas, Tejo, Vayu, Akasha, and again these 5 elements back into that Mahat Tattva. And then behind that Mahat Tattva, what is the cause of all causes? That is Nishkalam. That is something which is without any parts. And that thing which is Nishkalam is appearing as though it is with so many parts. So that is the point. Nishkalam dhyayamanaha, one who is meditating on the oneness, one who is meditating on the one. So that meditating on the one Nishkalam Brahma, that Nishkalam, the meaning of Nishkalam is quite significant here. Nishkalam dhyayamanaha. Nishkalam is sarvavayava bhedavarjitam. So it is devoid of all avayava bheda, devoid of any type of difference among so many parts. There are no parts in that supreme thing called Brahman, which is Satyam, Jnanam and Anantam, which is called that infinity. In that infinity there are no parts. So that is the point. Nishkalam Brahma, Sarva Avayava Bhedavarjitam, it is devoid of any type of say difference. Then Dhyayamanaha, how is he capable of meditating? Because of this Satyadi Sadhanavan. In the earlier mantras they talked about all these means called Satyam, Satyena Labhyas Tapasa, Hyesha Atma, etc. Satyameva Jayate, etc. We saw all those words. Then Satyadi Sadhanavan, the person who is having this means called Satyam, etc. Then Upasamhruta Karanaha. Upasamhruta Karanaha means Upasamhruta Indriya Gramam. Karanam means the tool. What is this tool? Karanam is basically the sense organ. He has withdrawn the sense organs because the sense organs are trained to see diversity. They are only capable of seeing the diversity. So you have withdrawn. That is Indriya Pratyaharaha. You have withdrawn all those things and then you are focusing on what is the thing which is illumining your mind. So when you are focusing on that, you are going back to that Nishkalam, or leaving all the Sakalam. Sakalam means all the things with parts. So Nishkalam Upasamhruta Karanaha Ekagrena Manasa Dhyayamanaha Chintayan. Dhyayamanaha Chintayan. The Chintanam is very, very important. Chintanam means Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana is the Chintanam. By that Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, you are able to come back to the source. You leave all the Karyam. You leave the whole Karya Prapancha and then get back to the Karanam. What is the cause for all this? So that is the thing here. Let us see the next mantra. Next mantra again. Let us read. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeshonuratma chetasa veditavyo
Yeshonuratma chetasa veditavyo
Yasmin pranah panchadha samvivesha
Yasmin pranah panchadha samvivesha
Pranayischittam sarvamotam prajanam
Pranayischittam sarvamotam prajanam
Yasmin vishuddhe vibhavatyesha atma.
Yasmin vishuddhe vibhavatyesha atma.
So Yeshaha Atma. This Yesha refers to this Atma. Yesha means this. What is this Yeshaha Atma? Anuhu. Anu, we know this word Anu. Anu means Sukshmam, subtle, which is the cause. Subtle means not as though it is the normal meaning of subtle. It's not like that. Subtle means the cause. It is the cause of all things. Yeshaha Anuhu Atma. Then Chetasa Veditavyaha. You have to realize it only by the mind. Not as an object. Not as you can't see it, you can't objectify it, but still you feel the presence, you realize the presence of it, only in the mind, because apart from the mind you don't have any other tool. Chetasa veditavyaha. Then Yasmin pranaha panchadha samvivesha. Yasmin here it does not refer to Atma or Chetas, it refers to the body. Yasmin sharire. You can note down, otherwise this shloka is rather confusing. This Anvaya is confusing unless you note that word Yasmin. Yasmin refers to Sharire. Yasmin Sharire. Pranaha. Pranaha means refers to Vayu. Pranavayu. Pranavayu is there in the body. Panchadha. Panchadha means fivefold in 5 manners. What is this Prana, Apana, Vyana, Udana, Samana, the body, in this human body, the Vayu is there, doing 5 different functions. So those 5 different functions are given 5 different names. Prana is something which goes out. Apana is something which comes in. Apana, samana is something which maintains the equilibrium in the body. Then again, udana kantadeshastu. Udana is something which enables you to speak. Vyana sarva shariragaha. Vyana is something which is pervading all over the body. So that is something, that is how the functions of the air are defined in our books. So we do not, I do not know whether it is scientifically established or not, but it looks reasonable. It looks rather reasonable. So prana is there in so many ways. So this five, yasmin pranaha panchadha samvivesha. It has some vivesha, samyak vivesha. Vivesha means entered. Some vivesha, samyak vivesha. It has entered very, in a very proper manner, in a very perfect manner. Some vivesha, let us use the word perfect. Very perfectly it is established there. Then pranaihi chittam sarvam otam prajanam. Pranaihi, pranai saha. Pranaihi means pranai saha. Chittam, chittam means mind. So along with the pranas, along with the indriyas, this mind, prajanam sarvam, the collectively of all the people, of all the beings, not only people means not only human beings, of all the beings, chittam, otam means vyaptam. Otam, chittam, ota prota, you know. It is so pervaded. All the minds of all the beings are pervaded by this Atma. By this Atma. Yasmin vishuddhe vibhavatyesha Atma. Yasmin means yasmin sharire. Vishuddhe. Vishuddhe means vishuddhe antahkarane. In this vishuddha antahkarane. Vibhavati yesha Atma. This particular Atma, it shines, it reveals itself. Shankaracharya is going to say Atmanam Prakashe. That is, it reveals itself. So the overall meaning is, this Atma is something which has to be known only by the mind. And then in this Sharira, where this Vayu has entered in a fivefold manner, and then in this Sharira where this Pranaihi Chittam Sarvam Otam Prajanam. So this Chittam, this mind and Indriyas, they are all pervaded by this Atma only. And in this Sharira itself, in this Vishuddha Sattva, in this pure heart, in this pure, not heart, it is mind, pure Buddhi, Vibhavat Yesha Atma. This Atma reveals itself. Let us see the Bhashyam. Yam Atmanam evam pashyati.
Yam Atmanam evam pashyati.
Yeshaha anuhu.
Yeshaha anuhu.
Sukshmaha.
Sukshmaha.
Chetasa vishuddha jnanena kevalena veditavyaha.
Chetasa vishuddha jnanena kevalena veditavyaha.
Okay. Yam Atmanam evam pashyati. This particular Atma whom the sadhaka sees in this manner. Yam Atmanam evam. Who pashyati? Sadhaka pashyati. This particular Atma whom the sadhaka realizes, what is its nature? This Yeshaha, this particular Atma is Anuhu. Anuhu means Sukshmaha. It is a Karanam for everything. Then Chetasa. Chetasa Veditavyaha. What type of Chetasa? Vishuddha Chetasa. Pure Antahkarana. And again Vishuddha Jnanena Kevalena. Not by all that distorted Jnanam of Vishaya Vasanas. You may be having 100 types of knowledges, 100 types of, say, all this information from Facebook and then from all this internet and all that. Not that. So all that has to be removed. So Vishuddha Jnanena Kevalena Veditavyaha. Veditavyaha means it has to be known. Tavya pratyam, you know. Veditavyaha, it has to be known. Kva asau? Yasmin sharire.
Yasmin sharire.
Pranaha vayuhu.
Pranaha vayuhu.
Panchadha pranapanadi bhedena.
Panchadha pranapanadi bhedena.
Samvivesha samyak pravishtaha.
Samvivesha samyak pravishtaha.
Tasminneva sharire hrudaye chetasa jneyaha ityarthaha.
Tasminneva sharire hrudaye chetasa jneyaha ityarthaha.
So kva asau? Kva means where? Where is it? Yasmin. Yasmin means sharire. Shankaracharya writes Yasmin means refers to sharire. Sharire, what happened? Pranaha, this Vayu, Panchadha, Prana, Apana, Adi, Bhedena. In so many different ways, in 5 different ways. Prana, Apana, Adi, Bhedena, in 5 different ways. Samvivesha, Samyak Pravishtaha. It has very perfectly entered. And then, Dasminneva Sharire, Hrudaye, in that Sharira, Tasminneva Sharire, Hrudaye. Hrudaye means Buddhi Guha. Chetasa Jneyaha. Jneyaha means it has to be known. It can be realized. Then Kidrushena Chetasa Veditavya Ityaha.
Kidrushena Chetasa Veditavya Ityaha.
Pranaihi Sahendriyehi.
प्राणैः सहेन्द्रियैः
चित्तं सर्वम् अंतःकरणं प्रजानां
चित्तं सर्वम् अन्तःकरणं प्रजानाम्
ओतं व्याप्तं येन क्षीरमिव स्नेहेन काष्ठमिव अग्निना
ओतं व्याप्तं येन क्षीरमिव
क्षीरमिव
स्नेहेन काष्ठमिव अग्निना
क्षीरमिव स्नेहेन काष्ठमिव अग्निना. So कीदृशेन चेतसा वेदितव्यः. By what type of mind is it to be known? कीदृशेन चेतसा. By what type of mind? By what type of antahkarana it can be known? Then he is explaining pranaihi sahendriyaihi. Saha indriyaihi means indriyai saha, along with the indriyas. Along with the indriyas, this chittam antahkaranam sarvam antahkaranam prajanam. That is the antahkaranam, the intelligence of all beings is pervaded by that Atma alone. The antahkarana of all the beings, prajanam. Praja means not merely people, human beings. Praja, prakashena jayate iti praja. All things which are born, starting from an insect, all these things are prajas. Antahkaranam prajanam, otam means vyaptam, it is pervaded. How? Yena means by which Atma. Yena, kshiramiva snehena kashtamiva agnina. Kshiram, milk. Sneham means, sneha has two meanings. Sneham means friendship, sneha also means ghee. Sneham, depending on the context, sneham means ghee or friendship. Like Saindhavam. There you know the meanings of Saindhavam. Suppose I say Saindhava Manaya. Saindhavam means two things. Saindhavam is salt. The other is a horse. Saindhava Manaya, when I say on the dining table, when we say Saindhava Manaya, you should not bring a horse. So that's the so like that Sneha. Kshiramiva Snehena, Kashtamiva Agnina. And Kshiramiva Snehena means in this milk, that ghee is there. And you have to, it is so mixed up, you can't see it. It is so mixed up, it is very much there. Like that, Kashtamiva Agnina. Kashtam again, Kashtam means a stick. In that stick, fire is very much there. Fire is innate in that. And then you have to only ignite it. Fire is very much innate. So, Kashtamiva Agnina. Then, Sarvam hi prajanam antahkaranam chetanavat prasiddham loke. So it is so well known. Prasiddham loke means it is so well known in the world. What? Sarvam hi prajanam antahkaranam chetanavat. Of all the beings, antahkaranam. Antahkaranam in all the beings. The mind which is there in all the beings, it is something which is intelligent. Chetanavat. Chetana does not mean movement. Chetana we should not confuse with movement. Chetanam and achetana does not mean movement alone. You see, when you say Chetana Vyakti, Chetanam does not mean something which is moving. Pranam also is Chetanam. It is moving, not Chetanam, but it is not Chetanam. Prana is called Jada. We have to realize that Pranam is something which is Jada. Because Prana Shakti, it is only a Shakti, it is Jada. Simply because you are moving, it does not mean Chetanam. Chetanam is only associated with intelligence, thinking. Your car also moves, but car is not Chetanam. Car moves because of some energy which is given to that, some driving force. So similarly, this body also, it is moving. It doesn't mean that it is Chetanam. The Chetanam is intelligence only. So that we have to say differentiate. So Chetanavat, this Antahkaranam is Chetanavat. All the Antahkarana, the mind of all the beings, starting from an insect to a big animal, an elephant, they are all Chetanavat. That is something which is characterized by a thing called intelligence. Prasiddham loke. Then Yasminscha Chitte Kleshadi Mala Viyukte Shuddhe Vibhavati Yesha Ukta Atma Visheshena Svena Atmana Vibhavati Svena Atmana Vibhavati Atmanam Prakashayati Ityarthaha. So Yasmin, the next Yasmin, there are two Yasmins in this shloka. Yasmin Prana Panchadha Samvivesha, Yasmin Vishuddhe, again Yasmin. Yasmin means again Yasminscha Chitte, Yasminscha Sharire, Chitte, in that mind. What type of mind? Kleshadi Malaviyukte Shuddhe. So that which is pure, which is devoid of all this klesha. Klesha means, klesha literally we refer to difficulty. There is some klesha, it is klesha. Klishta you say. That which is having klesha is klishta. The examination paper is klishta hai. We say klishta means it is tough. Klesha, there is a definition for klesha in Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha, pancha klesha. It says avidya, ignorance, raga, desire, dvesha, hatred, avidya, raga, dvesha, raga, dvesha. There is one more. Abhinivesha. Abhinivesha means you stick on to your own point whether it is right or wrong. Whether even if it is right or even if it is wrong, you just stick on to your own dogmatism. That is another klesha. Religious fundamentalism, let us say. Avidya, asmita. Asmita is the second one. Asmita means that ego. Not the mere I feeling, but that ego, that I am something great. Avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha. These are all the pancha kleshas. So these pancha kleshas have to go. This is Patanjali Yoga Sutra. I don't remember the number of the sutra. So this klesha, all these kleshas have to be eradicated. So where is this Shina klesha? Klesha adi malaviyuktaha viyukte shuddhe. In this shuddha, in this pure, vibhavati yesha atma. Vibhavati, visheshena. Vibhavati. We are not visheshena here. In a very perfect manner, it reveals itself, he says. Yesha ukta atma visheshena. Visheshena means, okay, visheshena in a very effective manner. Svena atmana, in its own real swarupa. In its own real swarupa, appears in its own self. Appears in its own real swarupa. Vibhavati atmanam prakashayati. Prakashayati means it reveals itself. The atma reveals itself. Because once this antahkarana becomes pure, it becomes capable of realizing that you are not the drashta but Atma is the drashta. You are not the shrota but Atma is the shrota. So drashta, shrota, manta, everything, you realize that it is that Atma which is there in that intelligence, behind what you call your intelligence, it is that supreme intelligence which is illumining it. So that is the shloka. Let us read the next shloka. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, next mantra. Yam yam lokam manasa samvibhati.
Yam yam lokam manasa samvibhati.
Vishuddha sattva kamayate yanscha kaman.
Vishuddha sattva kamayate yanscha kaman.
Tam tam lokam jayate tanscha kaman.
Tam lokam jayate tanscha kaman.
Tasmad atmagnyam hyarchayed bhuti kamaha.
Tasmad atmagnyam hyarchayed bhuti kamaha.
Okay. So bhuti kamaha atmagnyam archayed hi. Bhuti kamaha. Bhuti means Aishwarya. Vibhutir bhutir Aishwarya manimadikamashtadha Aishwarya. Aishwarya means prosperity. Something, if not merely material, monetary prosperity, but prosperity in different ways. Bhuti, Aishwarya, that is greatness. Let us say greatness. Worldly advancement, let us say greatness. Bhuti kamaha, one who desires greatness, he has to worship this Atmagnya. Atmagnya means Atmavit. And Atmavit, now this particular shloka is telling about the Atmagyani. Atmagyani, what is his position? And then how a person who desires greatness in this world has to worship this Atmagyani. So what happens to this? This first line refers to the Jnani. The Jnani and what is his achievement. Yam yam lokam manasa samvibhati. In his mind, whatever he visualizes, yam yam lokam samvibhati, whatever loka he desires to have, he will have. This we saw in Taittiriya Upanishad also. Sarvan lokan jayati. Some such line is there. Sarvan lokan. He attains all lokas. Atmagyani, he attains all lokas means not that he really wants it, because he is already in the state of Brahman. A person who is already in the state of Brahman, why will he try to go to some lower place? When he is having that understanding, the awareness of fullness, when he is in that state of fullness, why should he again go to some small little den? So Swargam or something like that is a small little den. So why should he go there? He will not desire. But still, just to praise that the greatness of the Jnani, it is, the Shruti says, whatever loka he desires, he can see. Because all lokas are in himself only. Because he is in that state of Brahman. And all the lokas are within him. So whatever he desires, he can see that. Really speaking, he has no desires. Yam yam lokam manasa sambibhati. Not desiring. Manasa sambibhati. Of course, Shruti also is Vishuddha Sattva. Okay. So Manasa Sambibhati. He sees, he visualizes any loka, he gets it. Vishuddha Sattva. Vishuddha Sattva means refers to a jnani only. Vishuddha Antahkarana.
Yeah.
Vishuddha Sattva in the earlier mantra also we got it. Vishuddha Sattva. Yeah, Vishuddha Sattva kamayate yanscha kaman. Whatever kama, whatever desires he wants to have, he will get all those desires. Yanyam lokam manasa sambibhati Vishuddha Sattva kamayate yanscha kaman. Tam lokam jayate. He attains. Jayate means prapnoti. He attains that particular loka. And also those kamas, those desires, whatever he wants, he gets it. Tanscha kaman. Tasmat, therefore, atmagnyam bhuti kamaha archayet. He means indeed. Really, he has to do so. So that's what it is. So really, for a person who seeks greatness or worldly advancement, has to worship this jnani. So that is the point. Why? Let us see the bhashyam. Ya evam mukta lakshanam sarvatmanam atmatvena pratipannah.
य एवं मुक्तलक्षणं सर्वात्मानं आत्मत्वेन प्रतिपन्नः
सर्वात्मत्वादेव सर्वावाप्ति लक्षणं फलमाह.
सर्वात्मत्वादेन
देव
सर्वात्मत्वादेव
सर्वावाप्ति लक्षणं फलमाह.
सर्वावाप्तिलक्षणं फलमाह.
सर्वात्मत्वात् एव. सर्वात्मत्वात् is panchami. Tasmad eva. By that only. Sarva avapti. Avapti means gain. Sarva avapti lakshanam phalam. The phalam, the result. What is the thing which is Atmajnani is getting? Atmajnani is he is in his state of awareness as Brahman himself. But still, for stuti, just the shloka is saying, for example, Anandagiri gives a comment on this. Saguna vidya phalamapi nirguna vidya stutaye prarochanartham uchyate. Prarochanam means to generate interest. Prarochana. You have to generate interest. So otherwise who will follow this Atmajnana? So nobody will follow Atmajnana. So for Prarochana, it says Prarochana. It is not as though he really desires. It is not as though he really attains those lokas. Prarochanartham. Prarochana means just to create interest. Like when you read Gita, in our childhood we used to have a Telugu book, Gita. So there in the introduction, in the initial verses, they were saying, if you read one shloka every day, you will go to some Chandraloka. You read one chapter a day, you will go to Suryaloka. So like that it tells. So that is a prarochanam. Gudajihvika. Not even Gudajihvika. Yeah, that is a type of Gudajihvika, let us say. Gudajihvika means you give a tablet, sugar-coated tablet to the child, so that the child happily takes it. But then our sugar, the lollipop, Swarga is a lollipop. Yeah, that is famous statement of Akhandananda Maharaj. Swarga, or whatever you say as heaven, is something like a lollipop. It is only for prarochanartham, basically to create interest in you. That is not the ultimate thing. So from that, a person has to graduate to a higher level called jnanam. So that is our structure, isn't it? The whole structure of the Upanishads is this heaven or lokas and all these things, they are like lollipops which are given to the people. So from those lollipops, like a child goes to school with a desire to get a lollipop or a chocolate. So but chocolate, say after some time, once the child gets interested in the studies, that he or she forgets the chocolates. So like that.
Yesterday, Shivaratri, Shivalokam avapnoti
Shivena sahamodate. Yeah, that is it. So, this yayevam uktalakshanam sarvatmanam atmatvena pratipannaha. The person who, yaha evam, the one who in this manner, uktalakshanam sarvatmanam, that sarvatma, that which is the self of all, uktalakshanam, which has been described above, atmatvena pratipannaha, he has realized it as his own self. That sarvatmanam sarvatma atma is my own self, he has realized it. He is in that state of awareness. He is a jnani. Tasya, for him, sarvatmatvadeva, because he is also in the shape of sarvatma. The wave no longer thinks that it is a wave. Wave thinks it is a ocean. So it is now ocean itself. It is not wave, like that. Sarvatmatvadeva, sarva avapti lakshanam phalam. So it attains all. That phalam aha. What is it? Yam yam lokam pitradi lakshanam
यं यं लोकं पित्रादिलक्षणं
manasa sambibhati sankalpayati
मनसा संविभाति संकल्पयति
mahyam anyasmaiva bhaved iti
मह्यम् अन्यस्मैव भवेदिति
vishuddha sattvaha kshenakleshah
विशुद्धसत्त्वः क्षीणक्लेशः
आत्मवित् निर्मलान्तः करणः
आत्मवित् निर्मलान्तःकरणः
कामयते यांश्च कामान् प्रार्थयते भोगान्
कामयते यांश्च कामान् प्रार्थयते भोगान्
तं तं लोकं जयते प्राप्नोति
तं तं लोकं जयते प्राप्नोति
तांश्च कामान् संकल्पितान् भोगान्.
तांश्च कामान् संकल्पितान् भोगान्.
Okay, the entire first line and the half of the second line is explained. Yam yam lokam, whatever loka. Yam yam lokam is whatever loka. That is in Dvitiya Vibhakti. Yam yam lokam kamayate. Pitradi lakshanam. Like Pitruloka, Devaloka, Gandharva-loka, whatever loka. There are so many different lokas which we visualize, isn't it? So many levels of happiness. So many levels of happiness are visualized. So Pitradi lakshanam, Pitruloka, etc. Then Manasa Sambibhati Sankalpayati. Sankalpayati. He has that Sankalpa. Oh, yes, I want to see that Brahma, what is this Gandharva Loka? Or I want to see that some other Swarga Loka. I want to see that some other Loka. Sankalpayati. Then why Mahyam Anyasmaiva Bhavediti? Because this man is not interested. Because a person who is already a Jnani, why will he be interested? So that is why Shankaracharya gives a small twist. He says, Mahyam for me, or Anyasmai for somebody else. Suppose you are a Jnani. Somebody is coming to you and then he is requesting you, okay, Swami, you do some anugraha. So, okay, Shivaloka Prapti Rasu or some other Loka Prapti Rasu, you say. And because you are a Jnani and because you are in that state of Sarvatma Bhava, your word will have some weight. Your word will not go waste. Satya Sankalpa, he says. We have seen that word Satya Sankalpa. Your words are never wasted. Never wasted means they never go waste. They are infallible. Your word is infallible. So like that. So Mahyam Anyasmaiva Bhavet. Okay, you may God bless you. You will get some good things. You bless him. So Vishuddha Bhavediti Vishuddha Sattvaha Kshina Kleshaha. Vishuddha Sattvaha. What is this? Kshina Kleshaha. That is all this Klesha, Avidya, Smita, Raga, Dvesha. So I told you just now. All those things are gone. Atmavit, he is the one who knows or realized his Atman. Nirmala Antahkaranaha, his Antahkarana is not clouded by any of these things which are polluting. No pollution. Then Kamayate Yanscha Kaman. And also he desires whatever kaman, whatever desires he wants, prarthayate bhogan, tam lokam jayate. And that particular loka, all those lokas, tam lokam is all those lokas, jayate. Jayate means prapnoti, he attains. Then tanscha kaman, and also those desires, whatever things he wants, sankalpitan bhogan, whatever bhoga he wants to have, he will have all those bhoga. So that is why Anandagiri has given a commentary, Saguna Vidya Phalamapi, Nirguna Vidya Stutaye. All these lokas, etc., how are they attained? They are attained by some upasana. Upasana means Saguna Vidya. Upasana means a Saguna Vidya. You are worshipping a Saguna Brahma. So that Saguna Vidya Phalamapi. Saguna Vidya Phalam is that lokas and then bhogas, etc. And that phalam also becomes part and parcel of this Nirguna Vidya Phalam. So it is for the stuti, for extolling the Nirguna Vidya. It is for extolling the Nirguna Vidya that Saguna Vidya Phalam also is being mentioned just for prarochanartham, just to generate interest in you. Otherwise you will not bother for Atma Jnana. So we should, where is it? Tasmad, okay, prapnoti sankalpayati. Tanscha kaman sankalpitan bhogan. All the bhogas he attains. Then Tasmad Vidushaha Satya Sankalpatvat
Tasmad Vidushaha Satya Sankalpatvat
Atmajnam Atmajnanena Vishuddhantah Karanam
Atmajnam Atmajnanena Vishuddhantah Karanam
Hyarchayet Pujayet Pada Prakshalana Shushrusha Namaskaradibhihi
Hyarchayet Pujayet Pada Prakshalana Shushrusha Namaskaradibhihi
Bhutikamaha Vibhuti Michuhu
Bhutikamaha Vibhuti Michuhu
Tatah Pujarha Evasau.
Tatah Pujarha Evasau.
Okay. Tasmat. Therefore, Vidushah Satya Sankalpatvat. Because Vidusha is a Satya Sankalpa. Vidwan Satya Sankalpaha. Vidushah Satya Sankalpatvat. Because a Vidwan is Satya Sankalpa. So that is what it means. Vidusha, Vidwan Satya Sankalpaha is both Prathama Vibhakti. Vidushah Satya Sankalpatvat. Vidwan becomes Shashti Ekavachanam and Satya Sankalpatvat becomes Panchami. So, Vidusha Satya Sankalpatvat means because a Vidwan is Satya Sankalpa. Satya Sankalpa means whatever Sankalpa. Sankalpa, you know, Sankalpa is some desire in the mind or something you wish. When you do a puja also, you say Sankalpa. Mama Upatta Durita Kshaya Dwara. It is a Sankalpa. Mama Upatta Durita Kshaya. All the Duritam means sin, which has accumulated, Upatta, accumulated, Durita Kshaya, all that thing has to vanish. Parameshwara Prityartham, from that I am pleasing the Parameshwara. So like that. So all that Upatta Durita Kshayam is the Sankalpa. That is the desire. That is what is your objective. That is your mission, let us say. To use a more appropriate word, the mission. Sankalpa is the mission. So that mission. So Vishuddha Satya Sankalpaha. And then whatever mission, he never fails in his mission. So that is it. Satya Sankalpaha. That is, the mission is infallible. Satya. It becomes Satya. It is always true. Then Tasmat Atmagnyam. Therefore, Atmagnyam means Atmagyaninam. A person who is an Atmagyani, what are we supposed to do? So Atmagnyam means he is explaining further. Atmagyanena Vishuddhantah Karanam. A person whose mind has become pure by virtue of this Atmagyana. Then what are we supposed to do? He archayet. He archayet. He means really, indeed, surely. Archayet he. He should truly be worshipped. What? Archana in what manner has to be worshipped? Literally says, literal Archana. Pujayet, Pada Prakshalana, by washing his feet. You see, this Pada Prakshalana, nowadays of course we feel very, very bad. But in olden days they used to do Pada Prakshalana whenever saints came. Even kings used to get up and then they used to wash their feet. Pada Prakshalana. Shushrusha. Shushrusha means Shrotum Ichai Shushrusha. So you are not supposed to speak in front of those people. When some saint comes, suppose you should not give a lecture to that saint. You should allow that saint to say a few words to you. So that is what most of us. So whenever we find some Swami, we try to pour our knowledge on him. Shushrusha, Namaskara Adibhihi. So like this Namaskara, we have to do Namaskara. Namaskara means Prakhvibhava. Namaskara, Nama dhatu. Nama means to bend. Namaskara is just bending Prakhvibhava. That is conveying to him that I am your student, you please teach me. So that is that. With that say frame of mind, Namaskara Adibhihi. Bhuti Kamaha, Vibhuti Michuhu. Bhuti and Vibhuti are one and the same. Vibhuti means greatness, prosperity. Vibhuti Kamaha, Vibhuti Michuhu. One who Ichhati is Ichuhu. The one who desires that Vibhuti, he has to worship that Atmakama, Atmagyani, because this Atmagyani is a Satya Sankalpa. Whatever he says happens. So he has got truth sitting on his tongue. So whatever he says, whatever he utters, that becomes true. So that tataha, therefore, pujarha eva asau. So that gentleman is pujarha. He deserves all praise. So I think we have completed very fast. I think today we'll go to the next mantra also. We have completed Trutiya Mundake Prathama Khanda. So the Trutiya Mundaka, the Prathama Khanda, we have completed. We have now come to the last Khanda, that last part of Mundakopanishad. So let us read the mantra. Savedaitat paramam brahmadhama
Savedaitat paramam brahmadhama
Yatra vishvam nihitam bhati shubhram
Yatra vishvam nihitam bhati shubhram
Upasate purusham yehyakamaha
Upasate purusham yehyakamaha
Te shukrame tadati vartanti dhiraha.
Te shukrame tadati vartanti dhiraha.
Okay. So here, Sa Veda Etat Paramam Brahmadhama. So this is connecting to earlier Mundaka, the last line, the last mantra. The last line referred to Atmagyani. Yam yam lokam manasa samvibhati vishuddha sattvaha. That Atmagyani, whatever loka he desires and whatever things he desires, he gets. So the same Sa refers to the same Jnani. So Sa Veda Etat Paramam Brahmadhama. He knows that Paramam Brahmadhama. The Dhama means Strictly speaking, a place, a residence, dhama. The English word dome, dhama. So this is dhama, the person, the residence of that Brahma, he knows. That does not mean that Brahma stays in a particular residence. We have come across this Brahma Dhama in where Gita Bhashyam we have come across. This word Dhama we have also come across in, I think, Kathopanishad also. Brahma Dhama. Dhama does not mean there is a place. Brahma itself is Dhama. Rahos Shiraha. Shankaracharya explained there, Rahos Shiravat, there is no separate Dhama. Rahos Shiraha, when you say Rahos Shiraha, the head of Rahu, apart from head there is no other Rahu. So we know the story of Rahu.
Yeah.
So for those who have not heard this story in this Mandakopanishad, we have not told about it. So I can repeat. When this nectar was born, Amrutam was born, after this churning of this milk ocean, so the gods were on one side and the demons were on one side, and they were both quarreling for the nectar. So then who has to do, say, this distribution and all that? So Mahavishnu takes this shape of an extremely beautiful damsel. So these devas, they are aware of it, and then they are just watching the drama by Mahavishnu. And these demons, they are so allured, they were so fascinated by the beauty of that lady, and then they gave this Amrita Bhandam to her. And she took the Amrita Bhandam, she said, no, I will distribute, you all sit in two lines. All the gods will sit in one line and all the demons will sit in one line. So with all their pleasing words and all say nice looks at them, so the fellows, they were pleased, and then she started with the gods. So by the time she came up to the end of that row, somehow some intelligent demons, they got doubt. So one fellow called Rahu, that Rahu, he went and sat in the other row, disguising himself as a god. And then Mahavishnu suddenly put he also put that thing. So that Rahu drank, and then immediately somebody signed a signal to this Vishnu. Somebody means Surya and Chandra. They are supposed to have signaled to Vishnu, yeah, this fellow is a demon. So immediately Vishnu seems to have cut off the head. So this is the Puranic story. Okay, there may be some symbolism in this, we need not go into all that symbolism. Okay, so the mind is actually the milk ocean is actually the mind. Milk ocean is the mind only, and then in that mind, when it is churned, this nectar is born. So that there is a symbolism there, we will not go deep into that. So anyway, this Rahu, his head is cut, and this head is very much alive. Head is very much alive, that the body also is very much alive because he has taken that Amrita. So this, when you refer to Raho Shiraha, there is only Shira, head only, and not there is no separate Rahu, there is no separate Shiraha. Though Raho Shiraha is Shashti Vibhakti, Rahu's head. There is no separate Rahu, there is no separate head. So like that, Brahma Dhama does not mean Brahma is there separately and then that Dhama is there separately. That Brahma itself is Dhama. So Savedaitat Paramam Brahma Dhama. He knows that Brahma Dhama. He knows that place, not exactly the place, he knows what is Brahman. He knows the nature of Brahman. Brahma Dhama, Yatra Vishwam Nihitam Bhati Shubhram. Where or in which, Yatra means Yasmin, in which Vishwam, the whole universe, Nihitam, it is so well established, Nikshiptam, Nihitam, Nihitam Guhayam, like that. Nihitam Bhati, Shubhram. Shubhram means which is unaffected by any of these upadhi, any of these kleshas of the upadhi. Shubhram, whenever this word Shubhram comes, you have to take it as unpolluted, unaffected. Unpolluted is a better word today, suddenly we got a good word, pollution. So, Shubhram, unaffected by, unpolluted by all this, say the characteristics of the upadhi. Upadhi means this antakarana, this body, mind, etc., etc. Bhati Shubhram. Then upasate purusham ye yakamaha. Tam purusham. Upasate purusham. Purusham is tam purusham. Such atmajnani. Those who worship such atmajnani. The point is, the first line is referring to the atmajnani. The second line is referring to the persons who worship that atmajnani. Is it clear?
Yes.
The first line is referring to the atmajnani. The second line is worshipping to the persons who worship that atmajnani. Upasate purusham ye. Yakamaha. Akamaha means those who have who kama rahita, those who have transcended desires, those who have gone beyond the desires, shukram etad ativartanti dhiraha. Shukram ativartanti. Shukram literally means semen. The human semen, not only human, the semen, any semen animal, it may be dog, whatever it is. Shukram etad ativartanti dhiraha. They go beyond. Shukram means what? Semen. What does it signify? So figuratively it refers to janma. Shukram refers to janma. Karma phalam. In fact, there is another mantra somewhere which says, our karma agnau prastahutihi. That is samyak adityam upatishtate. That's a different shloka. But then there is again another verse from, I think, some other Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, which says, our karma goes into the form of, in the form of this havis, goes into the cloud, and then there again in the form of some varsham, it comes down, and then it is the sprouts, all the vrihi, yava, etc., etc., and then that vrihi, yava, which is eaten by the father, etc., that becomes the retas, and retas means the same, shukram, and then that shukram again is born as another human being. It is a very simple cycle, there is no problem. So, shukram actually means karma phalam, your own karma. It has made you to transform yourself into that shukram, and then that shukram is leading to another birth, leading to another janma. So anyway, so shukram ativartanti, etat shukram, this particular semen, ativartanti, go beyond. What is going beyond the semen? That is janma rahityam. They will not have again janma. Dhiraha. Dhiraha means vivekinaha, prajnavantaha. So let us see the bhashyam. Is that line clear? The mantra, the general meaning is clear. Yasmat, because sa veda janati yetad yathokta lakshanam brahma. Okay. My book says Brahma Paramam Utkrishtam. Okay. Brahma Paramam, it doesn't matter. Brahma Paramam Utkrishtam. Dhama Sarvakamanam Ashrayam Aspadam. Yatra Yasmin Brahmani Dhamni. Vishwam Samastam Jagat. Nihitam Arpitam. Yacha Svena Jyotisha Bhati Shubhram Shuddham. Okay. Yasmat Sa Veda. He knows. Sa Eva Veda. Sa Veda. Sa Veda Itat Paramam Brahma. That line. Sa Veda. He knows. Janati. What? Yetat. Sa Veda Itat Paramam Brahma. He Veda Yetat. Yetat means this. This means what all has been described above. This Brahma has been described above in so many ways. Yathokta lakshanam Brahma. Paramam. Paramam is that Utkrishtam, that supreme Brahman, not Saguna Brahma. Then Utkrishtam. Dhama. Dhama actually means the Ashrayam. It is the support. It is the support for all the Sarva. It is the source, let us say. Sarva Kamanam Ashrayam Aspadam. It is the aspadam, that is the place, that is the cause for all the, say, desires. This Brahman is one thing in which all the desires, etc., all the kamas, they are all in that. All the desires can be had from that only. Sarva kamanam ashrayam. It is the source, it is the place where you find that aspadam. Yatra means yasmin. Yatra means yasmin, in which means in which Brahma. Yasmin means Brahmani. Yasmin refers to Brahmani. And that Brahma, which is the same Dhama, Dhamni. Vishwam Samastam Jagat Nihitam Arpitam. The whole universe is Nihitam. The whole universe is kept there. Of course, Shankaracharya has given the meaning as Yatra Yasmin Brahmani. But I think we can also take another meaning. I'm not sure whether we can take it or not, but while reading I got this meaning. Savedaitat Paramam Brahma Dhama. You see, this Brahma, we have been reading that this is realized, this can be realized in this Antahkarana. So this Yatra, we can also take it as Buddhi Guha. Savedaitat Paramam Brahma Dhama. So this Brahma's place, Brahma Dhama. What is that Brahma Dhama? Where Brahma is revealed. Brahma is revealed in the human mind only. In that mind, Yatra Vishwam Nihitam Bhati Shubhram. The whole universe is there in your own mind. That is what Vedanta says. The whole universe is not outside, it is there in your mind. Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam Nijantargatam. Upanishad, the Shankaracharya says. So this is something which is there in the mind. So this meaning also I think we can take harmlessly without contradicting the doctrine. So this Brahmadhama, Yatra means Yasmin Brahmani. You can also take Yasmin Brahmani. In that Brahma, all the whole universe is there. That also you can take. Yasmin means in this Buddhi Guha, Vishwam Nihitam Bhati Shubhram. The whole Vishwam Bhati Prakashayati. Prakashate. Shubhram. So that meaning also can be taken, I think. But anyway, Yasmin Brahmani Dhamni Vishwam Samastam Jagitam Nihitam Arpitam. Arpitam means it is so well placed. And then Yacha Svena Jyotisha Bhati Shubhram Suddham. So Yacha and that Brahma, Svena Jyotisha, in its own self, in its own Swarupa, in its own light, Bhati Shubhram Shuddham. So we know this meaning of light also. Brahma means that is the only light, that is the light of all other lights. All other things, they only anubhati. Brahma only is bhati. All other things, anubhati. They only shine after Brahma. So that word anubhati we have seen earlier. Then tamapyevam atmagnyam purusham ye hyakamaha vibhuti trishna varjitaha mumutchavas santaha Mumutchavas santaha means by being san dhatu, not san dhatu, san santau santaha, mumutchavas santaha, by being mumutshus, mumutchavas santaha, upasate paramiva sevante, paramiva te shukram nrubijam yadetat prasiddham sharira upadana karanam
ते शुक्रम रुडीजम यदेतत् प्रसिद्धम शरीरोपादान कारणम
अतिवर्तन्ति अतिगच्छन्ति धीराः धीमन्तः न पुनर्योनिं प्रसर्पन्ति न पुनः क्वचिद् रतिं करोति इति श्रुतेः. So now we are again coming to worship of this Jnani. So in the earlier mantra we have seen worship of the Jnani by a Sakama. Sakama means somebody who is having desire for some vibhuti. I want this, I want that. You go to a Swamiji and then say, oh Swamiji, I want this. So Swamiji says yes. So Swamiji is Satya Sankalpa, so that blessing will come. Moreover, this man also should be deserving. That also is there. So this gentleman also should be deserving. So it is only when he is deserving the Swami will give a blessing. Otherwise he will say something and will send him out. So anyway, this sloka also is about worshipping the Swami, worshipping the Atmagya. This mantra also is about worshipping. In this mantra, it is the Akama who is worshipping, who are worshipping. In the earlier mantra, it is Sakama. In this mantra, it is Akama. Those who do not have any desires. They also desire. They also worship this particular Jnani. And what do they get? They attain moksha. They attain moksha. The earlier people attain vibhuti. These people attain moksha. So that's what it is. Tamapi evam atmagyam purusham. This atmagyam purusham, the one who is a jnani, ye hyakamaha, those who are akamaha, those who do not have desires, vibhuti tushna varjita mumutshavaha. Mumukshavaha means mokshe icha yesham te mumutshavaha. Those people who desire moksha, they are the mumutshavaha. Vibhuti tushna varjita, those who are devoid, who do not have that desire at all for vibhuti, for prosperity, etc. Mumutchavas santaha, by being such mumutshus, upasate. Upasate means they again revere, they worship him, they respect him. How? Paramiva sevante. Param iva. Param iva means Parabrahma iva. Param means supreme, isn't it? Paramiva sevante. Param iva. Parabrahma iva sevante. By deeming him, by regarding him as Parabrahma. So that is, you go to that saint, you go to that saint and then you worship him, do Sushrusha, do Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana and then attain moksha. So that is it. Mumutchavas santaha upasate paramiva sevante. Not simply by not breaking coconut you will not become jnani. Upasate here we should also include Shravanadikam. You go to a jnani and then you do upasana, you serve him, and then you learn this, say, his words of experience will tell you where we are, and then how he will slowly guide us. So that is how we attain that moksha. Paramiva sevante te shukram nrubijam. Nrubijam. Nru means belonging to human beings. Nru, nara. Nara Shabdam. Nrubijam means this seed of human, this human seed, let us say. Yadetat prasiddham, that which is so well known, Sharira Upadana Karanam. It is well known as Sharira Upadana Karanam. This Shukram, the semen, is the Upadana Karanam. So that semen and that only grows in the say womb, isn't it? It grows in the womb. It grows in the womb, that is the Upadana, it becomes the Upadana Karanam. And then that is Upachaya. Deha Upachaya, isn't it? Deha. That is born and then it grows in the womb. Ativartanti, atigachanti. So they go beyond. Ativartanti. You know this word ati. Ati means to go beyond. Ativartanti. Dhiraha, dhimantaha. Na punar yonim prasarpanti. They will not enter this yoni. They will not enter the womb again. They will not enter the womb again. Prasarpanti. Prasarpanam means moving around. Prasarpa, serpent, sarpanti, sarpati. Just moving about. Prasarpanti. They will not again be creeping into. Let us use the word creeping into. They will not be creeping into this womb again. Na punah kvachid ratim karoti. So such a person does not desire anything. Rati means priti. Na punah kvachid ratim karoti. He does not have any priti for anything. Iti shrutehe. Ataha tam pujayed iti abhiprayaha. So he has to be worshipped. So that is the purport, the whole purport. So we are seeing the same jnani is worshipped by akamas for one reason, for one objective, and nishkamaha for another objective. Akamas are worshipping him for prosperity. The nishkamas are worshipping him for
Sakama.
No, sakama. Sakama is the first one. Sakama is worshipping for prosperity. The nishkama or akama. Akamas, they are worshipping for moksha. So they get two different results by two different types of worship. So we'll continue in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti